It's your boy AJ back with another freaking video, and today I'm here with a story time. Now look here, honey, I moved out at the end of June, and girl, I got a couple reasons why. I'm gonna tell you 3 reasons or 3 story times on why I had to hit the road, Jack, and I won't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. I hit the road, Jack, and I ain't coming back no more, cause girl, it gets real ghetto. It gets real ghetto, for real though, it gets real ghetto. This is a real nice neighborhood, and it was real nice when my grandma first moved in here like 11 years ago, girl. It was a real suburban type of town home, and it was real, you know, old folk. I don't want to say it, but it was old folk staying over here. But girl, over the time, things just got ghetto. So without further ado, let's run the intro so we can get directly into these funny story times that y'all know I have receipts for. So you guys, starting at number 1 on my list, or the first story that I want to talk about, is this interaction I had with this new neighbor. So it was this woman, she ended up moving into the apartment. Well, actually her mama had the apartment, and her mom ended up unfortunately passing away. So the lady took ownership of the apartment, and I used to be sitting out on the green box. I love the green box, girl. I was sitting out on the green box, and I was smoking, girl, smoking down. I won't say what I was smoking. I could have been smoking hookah, but I was just smoking. So this lady would come past, and she would kind of, you know, put her nose up at me, but I thought she was just smelling that good zop. So she would put her nose up at me, and I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't care to ask her no questions, because girl, I'm out here smoking on my X-Pack. So she is, you know, kind of looking at me, and as days goes by, she's just looking at me. So randomly one day, you guys, I'm sitting upstairs minding my business, I think either editing a video, and my grandmama ends up coming into the room, and she says that she was talking to one of the maintenance men. So I'm like, what's going on? Well, okay, you talking to what they talking about? So she ended up telling me that the lady that was lifting her nose up and making faces at me was complaining to the maintenance man that I was out smoking down the green box. And it's like, girl, where did you think you moved into Beverly Hills? And also, I'm minding my business. You act like I'm smoking your back porch out. I'm on the green box minding my big business, smoking on my big X-Pack, and you sitting here complaining to the maintenance man that's out here filling, I don't know, holes? How dare you?
Learn something from this.
How dare you? So that's the first story. I got to go because these girls don't mind their business, and then you sitting here telling the maintenance man, of all people, the maintenance man, all people, the maintenance man. You're telling the maintenance man. So first reason, girl. The second story, girl, look here, this is a mess. So one day my best friend decided to come over, and we decided to, you know, drink, smoke, have a good time. Girls, have a good time. We was having a good time. Now we're having a good time. I think we ended up watching TV, and I think Baddies ATL was the first season of Baddies, girl. The first season of Baddies was out, and we was up here giving a good key. Now somebody ended up calling, I think his granddad or somebody ended up calling him on the phone. And I wasn't gonna stop the show, so he had to go. So he ended up going outside to speak or whatever, and he's walking outside, and I'm upstairs still watching TV. So he ends up coming back in to tell me, girl, it went down. So he's like, oh, you won't believe what happened. And I'm thinking I'd have missed like some grand old shabao. Wow, thank you, man. Girl, he's talking about it went down. So I'm like, okay, what did went down? So he ends up telling me that as he's outside, this man comes by and calls him, drops the F-bombs on him. And I'm looking at him like, girl, ain't nobody dropping no F-bomb on you, because I be out there all the time. Ain't nobody drop one on me. Girl, how do you got a name? Got? So he's like, somebody drops an F-bomb on him and literally like follows him. And I'm like, literally, like, I'm gagging, but I'm like, girl, you're playing, because I'm thinking we're both just intoxicated, and he has some grand old story to tell. He's telling his side, and I'm just looking at him waiting for a good key, and he's like, no, he was saying all type of evil stuff. I can't remember verbatim what he was saying, girl, but girl, this man was getting down on my best friend. I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Now as days go by, I remember looking down there at where my best friend said the man stayed, and the man would start giving me evil eyes. Out of nowhere, he popped out of nowhere, girl, and he just started giving me evil eyes. Now fast forward, honey, my neighbor ends up texting me and was like, hey, do you know that man that's down there? He's a registered sex offender.
Miss Jackson.
A registered who?
Miss Jackson?
A registered what? So she ends up telling me, and she ends up sending me screenshots of this man with mug shots and his track record and him actually being wanted. And I gagged. I absolutely gagged. And everything totally started to make sense, you guys, because it was this woman that he was staying with. She would drive him, and when she would drive him, he would always sit, like he would always see his seat all the way back if people was in the back and she drove past. And this man was wanted. wanted. This man was on the run. So me and my neighbor are gossiping, girl. At this point, she's FaceTime audio me. So we're on FaceTime and I'm gossiping. And she's sending me this, oh, look at what I sent you. I'm like, oh, I'm gagging, girl. Goofing and gagging, gagging and goofing. And we're just going through the receipts and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I'm goofing and gagging. I'm always remembering how he has the seat back high and speeding off real fast. And I'm gagging. When I tell you, literally a week after that, my neighbor probably had, girl, think about it, she probably had to give the cops a tip. Because a week after that, girl, it was used to be cops just here all the time. It was cop parked to the left, parked to the right. It was cops all the way, girl. I couldn't smoke my Zion in peace. It was cops everywhere I go. It was cops everywhere, girl. The neighborhood was hot. Neighborhood was hot, girl. I couldn't smoke my Zion in peace for nothing. The neighborhood was hot. So I'm like, girl, yes, this man is on the run and they got to have a tip that he's over here somewhere. Also, I used to give the woman that he was staying with bombastic side out because she had like a 17-year-old son, and for him to be a registered sex offender and you got him in here with your 17-year-old son, I don't care if the boy was 3 blinks away from 18. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable! Now, one day, randomly, I'm minding my business, you guys. I'm minding my business, and I'm out in my room on the za. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the za. Had a long day at work. Had a long day at work. This is when I was working at the call center. Had a long day at work, girl. Finally got up, closed my laptop, go, you know, ate something, got my za on, and I'm in here, like, I think watching TV, out here just jammed out. And little did I know, all hell was breaking loose in the back. So I'm za'd out, and my phone is ringing, and my neighbor's calling. Now, usually when my neighbor's calling, she's calling me to run to the store for her or either chat, and I didn't feel like doing either. I didn't feel like doing either. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't feel like doing either. But girl, it got up to maybe the 4th or 5th call, and I said, somebody gotta be dead. So I asked, and she said, what are you doing? I said, girl, I'm out here in the za. I'm out here on the za. I'm out here on the za. She said, go look out the window. Girl, when I look out that window, girl, and oh my God, it was cops everywhere. So the car that he used to be in and running in and out of, I see it trapped and it blocked by all of these police officers. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I'm gagging. All I can do is put the phone in the window. Let me get it. I'm recording, goofing and gagging. Yo, I thought it was only 3. It's so many of them right down there. Oh, this shit getting heated, yo. They got this bitch surrounded. Is it that car? Yo, it's going to fuck down. Yo! So I really hope I found a video to insert the video, you guys, so you can gag with me, because I was goofed and beyond gagged. I was gagging because I was like, girl, that man has been caught. So I finally never ever seen that man ever again after that. Grand old girl, I guess he got locked up. I need to call my neighbor and see if she got those mug shots. If I find anything, I'm gonna insert the video, because like I said, I moved at the end of June, so girl, I'm out of there. Bam, wham, thank you, ma'am, I'm out. Poof, like Houdini, you can't find a baddie. Poof, poof, like Houdini, you can't find a baddie. But girl, I was in gagging, okay? Now, let's move on to this other story that had, like, just had me, like, thanking Jesus, and I am covered by the blood. I am covered by the blood, okay? I am covered by the blood. So, one day, you guys, I'm minding my business, and I'm laying down in the bed, and I wasn't off the za. I was just laying down in the bed, and I think I was on TikTok, and I heard, like, some loud noises. I heard some arguing, and I heard some loud noises, but I'm like, girl, it's always something, like, ghetto. Like, over time, it's just got ghetto, okay? It's just got ghetto. That's why I'm doing this story time. It just got ghetto, so I'm not even paying no attention at this point, and I end up, like, feeling the house shake a bit. And I think I'm just exaggerating, because it's like maybe 2 a.m. and I'm tired. I've probably been up for almost 24 hours. So I'm thinking like, girl, I'm just doing a lot. So I end up waking up and I'm just laying in bed or whatever. My grandmama comes in here to get the ironing board. So she gets the ironing board and she's like, what the hell did you do? She's cussing me out, girl. She's reading me back, like reading me back and forth, girl. She's dragging me. And I'm like, well, I didn't do nothing. So she's like, all this stuff all over my clothes, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? So I hop up to see what she's talking about, and it's like a whole bunch of like little white stuff all over the damn thing. So I'm like, girl, I don't know what the hell that is. I'm like, literally, I'm speechless, like I don't know what it is. I'm not really trying to figure out what it is. I'm trying to figure out what it is a little bit so she can leave me alone about it and prove it ain't me. But I'm not searching and scrambling to figure out what it is. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I didn't do it. Okay, girl, it's not me. Sorry to this lady, but it's not me.
I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
So I'm telling her that, and she's trying to start an argument, but she looks around and she ends up looking and she sees this bullet hole. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a bullet hole. It is a bullet hole. So I'm looking like, girl, I heard some arguing a couple hours ago because at this point it's 7 or 8 a.m. and the argument was 2 a.m. girl, and I felt a little rumble. Look, like I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But like I'm not thinking it's like a shootout. But girl, I end up seeing a bullet hole in my closet. So then that gets me to looking around, and then I see where I lay down, y'all, where literally right there by my bed, where my head is, 2 bullet holes, but it's like the wall stopped them from coming through, and you could see like it's damaging the wall. They were coming on through, they were headed through, and they were stopped and right where I lay my head. And I'm like, there is a God. I been knew it was God, but there's like, it's nothing crazier when you just get confirmations, like endless confirmations, just random confirmations, and it was crazy. It was crazy. I was so gagged. I was like, this is getting ghetto. Like, this is getting real ghetto here. It is getting beyond ghetto. Like, what? So this next story, you guys, I know I said 3, but I actually thought about some other crazy stuff. This next story happened not too long ago. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like maybe 2 months ago. So I'm out on the green box with my laptop, minding my business. I absolutely love sitting out there. It's real peaceful. Normally it's real peaceful, girl, not this day. But normally it's real peaceful. I'm sitting out there minding my business, watching someone on the laptop. I love a good podcast. Anybody that knows me in my real personal life, I have 50 million podcasts to watch. Okay, they on the agenda lineup for the week. Oh, this is what time I gotta watch it this day, girl. Now I'm outside just watching my podcast on my laptop, minding my business, and out of nowhere, girl, these 2 men come busting out of the door. And a girl followed them. Well, actually 2 ladies followed them. 2 ladies followed them. Now one of the ladies, she's standing over the boys that are fighting. So if one of the boys are on the ground, girl just there, getting towed up. And then the other boy on top of them tearing them up. And then the girl, she comes and she stands right here looking. And then another girl, she comes out and she's going off on the boy that's on the ground getting towed up. And she's calling him a liar and a cheater and a this and a that. And I'm goofing and gagging because it's like there's no way I'm getting reality TV like this. Call Mona, call Scott, and call Young immediately. Call Zeus, call networks immediately. Like, girl, I'm gagging. So she's going off and she's calling him all type of this. So I'm like, girl, evidently he was screwing, and she's a new neighbor. And I'm thinking like the boy that's on the ground getting beat up, he's like, I know him for a long time, and for him to be screwing this new neighbor that's only been here maybe like 2 or 3 weeks is crazy. So girl's calling him all type of this and that, and she ends up going back in the house, and I'm just looking, and at this point now they're kind of up and they're fighting a bit, and then the boy goes back down. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the longest fight ever, and ain't nobody trying to break it up. So the girl that goes back in the house that was calling all types of lies and cheaters, she comes back out with a gun, and then the girl that was just observing the fight, she starts screaming, talking about something. Put it out, da, 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 da. Now when guns came out, my grandmama always told me, ain't no bullets got no names on them. They might be designated, you know, they might supposed to be went to one person, but it might hit another. So girl, when I seen it, I said, oh my goodness, good reality TV. But I gotta go. So girl, I slid. I end up sliding behind this wall where I could like look and not be shot. Okay, the moral of the story, I can look and not be shot. So I end up calling my neighbor. I'm like, girl, because this is one of my messages. I'm like, girl, come outside. Like, girl, come out. And she's like, I'm coming. She don't even know what's happening. So I run over to her side where she stays. It's a great, wonderful, protected front row view. So we over there getting a good kid. We gagging like, oh my goodness, girl. Like Tyler Perry could never put a show together like this. Like, girl, we're gagging and it's just a mess. Now at this point, they have took the gun out of the girl's hand and she's still going off, but the boy is up. Now let me tell you what's happening. Let me break it down. Let me tell you what's happening. Let me give you the after tea so y'all be like, what is going on? So what happened was the boy that I knew that was getting his behind toe up on the ground, evidently he was screwing the new neighbor. I guess he was screwing the new neighbor, and he also had a boo that he had from months ago, and this day he was also still screwing. Now I guess she ends up finding out through his phone and she slaps him. So she slaps him and calls him cheaters and X, Y, and Z. And I'm thinking, girl, you just got here 4 days ago. You thought you was the only, you know, the only coochie in town, girl. So she slaps him, and I guess he slaps her back. So once he slaps her back, her older brother attacked him. So they end up, girl, Tom and Jerry busting through the door, and that's when I got involved. Now that's when I came to the picture, because that's when I got in. That's when I was able to see. Now I get all this unfolding story because I'm sitting out with my neighbor and we're listening, we're getting to all this, and she's still going off talking about some, you cheater, you got pictures in your phone, da 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 da, and he's talking about some, well, you should have never never put your hands on me though. And I'm putting it all together. I'm like, oh, so evidently he was cheating. Girl, evidently he was cheating. She done went through his phone. Didn't hit him and he done got it back. And girl, the older brother that did him in. Girl, I'm putting it together. I'm getting hot tea. Oh, hot. I'm getting hot tea, but it's all ghetto. It's ghetto. So I gotta go. That's why I had to go. Okay, it was ghetto. It was hot tea, but it was ghetto. Like guns. Bullets ain't got no name on them. Girl, what? So I'm goofing and gagging, getting hot tea. But after a while, girl, the girl that was just standing there observing, not the gun puller, the other girl that was just observing everything, she ends up like going off and saying like, we just moved into this neighborhood. You got drama going off. And she's going off on her sister that brought the gun out. So she's like, you bringing drama to this neighborhood. You don't even know this man da-da-da. Y'all just getting da-da-da. She going off and she's saying, y'all got people looking at us and it's so late in the night. It's just me and my neighbor out looking. So when the girl says that y'all got people looking at us, we the only people looking. Goofing and gagging, girl. So I'm like, I guess that's my cue. So I end up creeping back on into the house, girl, because now look here, I got 2 funny more stories to tell. Very short, very cute. Girl, one day I was sitting outside smoking down the place with my best friend. We're in the car looking, and out of nowhere, this man, fat boy, jumps on this dang car. He jumps on the car, and I grab my camera immediately.
Oh, the driver. Oh, baby, they go. Oh, baby, they go. Oh, man.
Grab my camera and I record. Why does this man fall off the car? Goofed and gagged me. This other story, you guys, me and my friend were out and we see this boy jumping out of the window.
There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. I think he got Santana with him today. Well, I be damned.
And I had never seen anything like that before. Like I pulled my camera out and recorded that, girl. I had only seen something like that in Disney movies. Like I didn't know people actually snuck out and jumped out of windows. Definitely 2 stories high. Crazy, right? But girl, that is the story times. If I think about some more, cause I'm pretty sure it's 50 million more reasons why I had to hit the road, Jack. But that is the story times, you guys, for today. Hope you guys enjoyed all my receipts. I love y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and stick around to the end of the video to see the story time playlist and watch the rest of the good keys. Bye.